friends, this is Mel Rose here at Astro Insights. Welcome back for our week ahead our preview of the week ahead. And I'm just going to chat with you here for a minute while I give people a chance to jump on. It was just before 10 o'clock when I came on, so give everybody a minute. And while I'm giving everybody a minute, happy winter solstice, everybody. Today is the day. It is the shortest day, longest night of the year. It is a traditional time for people to gather and celebrate and share warmth and feast and really welcome back the year, basically. Welcome the sun back, because here, after the longest, darkest nights of the year, we will begin again to see the days get longer around the 25th. So, welcome everybody to Astro Insights. My name is Mel Rose. I am your host, and I'm here to give you a preview of the week ahead in astrology. Starting with today is the winter solstice, and the sun is moving into Capricorn. It actually moved into Capricorn just about an hour ago. Mars is now in Capricorn. The moon is in Capricorn today, so it is a very Capricorn heavy vibe today, friends. We've got Sagittarius and Capricorn are the big movers today. And Capricorn, especially because the sun is moving into Capricorn and we already have two planets there, just want to say, Capricorn is the sign where we kind of put the celebration behind us a little bit. We're still in our time to celebrate, but we put the celebration behind us a little bit, and we start to turn our attention to those things that we really want to put work into, those things that are worth the effort because they help us build security and a grounded foundation for ourselves. So with the winter solstice, with the moon in Capricorn, with the sun having moved into Capricorn, Mars is in Capricorn, and Mars is right at home, very happy, actually exalted in Capricorn, because Mars can start something and finish it. It can do all of the work. So it's a very powerful time for us to be setting intentions for the coming year. Not to say that we are naming our, what do we call those, Jennifer? New Year's resolutions.
I forget the word too.
Not to say that we are naming our resolutions. Okay, what we're doing is setting intentions for the coming year, thinking about the coming 12 months and thinking about like where we would like to be a year from now and what we have to do to get to that. So also today, with that Capricorn heavy vibration, we also have Jupiter squaring Chiron, and this is something that's hanging with us. It's going in and out of perfection. It's going to be with us for quite some time, actually. But Jupiter squaring Chiron right now, it really is sort of a stop sign or a challenging point, something for us to actively move through. And it lives between sort of our desire for growth, our hope for expansion, and our desire for healing. And sometimes, we want to grow faster than we really want to heal. Sometimes we're not attending to our healing as much as we are to hopefully our growth. But the healing, the growth is nice, but without the healing, then we're just growing in our dysfunction. So we want to be careful about taking on things that help us expand, that help us grow, that seem to make us bigger in the world, if they don't represent, reflect, or lead to our long-term healing. And furthermore, I want to say, I'm not sure what I want to say. Furthermore, I want to say that with Jupiter having this kind of big thing at the beginning of the week, and we've been dealing with Jupiter a lot lately, and Jupiter is in Cancer, it's exalted, it's very happy where it is, but there's always this temptation to overdo it, and not just to overdo it, not just over imbibe, but also to over commit, to over promise of ourselves. You know, right now we're feeling very expansive. We're feeling very much like there's a lot we could do. And we really have to be careful not to promise more than we can give to ourselves or to others at this time, okay? Because the coming weeks, this week is not so busy. It starts off with a winter solstice, so that's big enough. But the coming weeks are going to be super busy astrologically. So what that tells me is that we're not going to have a lot of time to stop and reflect. Okay, we're not going to necessarily have a lot of time to just sit back and recover from what it is that we've been out in the world doing. So, you know, give yourself that grace where you can, definitely. Don't sign up for things that you think you might regret doing or having signed up for. And, you know, just allow yourself some spaciousness, some time to notice whether it is that the things that you're committing yourself to can actually lead to your healing, because the growth is so much better with the healing. Okay. Also today, I want to say right now, for now and for this week, there's a vibration that says, do what is right in front of you. Okay, like there's no need to plan more stuff right now. There's plenty on our plates, and so whatever it is that is right in front of you that needs to be done, you know, we are in Capricorn season. That is about putting in sweat of the brow effort. We got to take care of the little things and the big things right now, and we just want to be laser focused on it and in the game, doing the work. Okay, the actual physical labor where that counts. And then coming into this week, after today, which is a pretty big day, you know, tomorrow the moon moves on into Aquarius, and that's still a moon ruled by Saturn, and so we're still, you know, thinking very seriously about the things that we want to accomplish. But Aquarius has us zoom out a little bit and look at what it is that we're trying to accomplish from a larger perspective as to, you know, who it serves and how many it can serve, and you know, what we can do to make our efforts apply to more people, you know, to be the rising tide that lifts all boats, so to speak. It is about community. It's about getting out, you know, among your work, social, and civic allies, and doing that collaboration, that socialization, and that work together that helps us achieve more, because there are more of us working on it. And Venus is really active this week. That's the other big story of this week. Venus is moving into Capricorn on Wednesday when the moon moves into Pisces. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the moon will be in Aquarius. And Venus, where is Venus? Venus is currently in Sagittarius. So that's sextiling Aquarius. It's very cooperative kind of vibration. Venus in Sagittarius is on an adventure, a love journey, a journey of the heart, a journey of toward, you know, expanding our ability to radiate warmth, from just radiating warmth to the people that we keep close, to radiating that warmth to the community in general, radiating our ability to connect with others, and our desire to help others, and our desire to be a light on the path for others on a more large scale. So Venus moving into Capricorn on Wednesday makes us a little more serious when it comes to matters of the heart. It's not so much about the adventure as it is about, you know, Venus in Capricorn sort of respects rules and limitations. It wants to cultivate a grounded security. It's willing to do the work, like I said. So Venus moving on into Capricorn makes it even a more Capricorn heavy week. If you find yourself with a lot of labor to do, finding that you have a lot of work to do ahead of you, I would not be surprised, and you won't be alone. So this is why I'm saying, don't add a lot of things to your plate at this time. Just do whatever it is that's right in front of you. Before Venus moves into Capricorn, while she's still on the adventure in Sagittarius, she's going to make an adjustment energy to Uranus on Monday, and that can bring about a surprise. Something's going to come up, and it has to do with the things that we like and love and can't get enough of, the stuff we desire, the compensation, the affection, the attention, the regard that we desire, there's going to be a shakeup. There's going to be a surprise, and it's one of those things that we just have to sort of graciously go through if we can manage to do that. Venus in Sagittarius might feel a little irascible about it and feel a little impatient about it, but we can definitely also just move through it, in a very direct way. And then on Tuesday, Venus is going to square Neptune. Now, we have been having the squares abound lately, friends. Squares to Neptune and Saturn. We're under this square to Chiron with Jupiter this week. So understand that those are like stop signs everywhere. This is just a matter that we have to deal with, where it's like we're in stop and go traffic. We're going to find obstacles that we have to just step through or over or around, whatever works the best for us, okay? Don't waste your energy, is what I want to say about Venus in Aquarius squaring Neptune in Pisces on Tuesday. Don't overcommit to things that are extra, right? And there's this thing where it's almost like I feel really committed to something, and I think that the other people are, I'm sort of fooling myself that other people are as committed to this thing. And so I'm going to show up for it with like all I have. And then it's going to be me and one other person when we invited 17, right? So it's like the enthusiasm that I feel isn't necessarily there for everybody. Okay, so don't overcommit to things that are a maybe for some people. Don't overcommit to things, especially things that come up right now. Try going with the moment. Try being in the moment and not trying to plan what has to happen in order for it to be good. Because really, on Tuesday with Venus square Neptune, pardon my language, friends, but expectations can be a bitch, okay? Let's not try to have very strong expectations of ourselves or others on Monday or Tuesday. It's just going to be a surprising, kind of foggy time, and we don't want to expect too much of ourselves and others. And then Venus moves on into Capricorn. We're going to start expecting a lot more of ourselves and others. We're going to start, wanting to follow the rules as far as, relating with others goes. And, cultivating the security that comes with staying engaged with those people that you're in relationship with, your partners in life, whether those are your romantic partners, your familial partners, your best friends, your civic allies, your work cohort, your business partner. Partnership in general is coming out of party time, and it's going on into the more serious, grounded work ethic. Wednesday, the moon moves on into Pisces, and will be in Pisces Thursday and Friday and part of Saturday. The moon is waxing all week this week. We just had a new moon a couple of days ago, so we're having nice dark skies for this winter solstice, which makes, if you get out there when there aren't a lot of clouds in the sky, you'll see some really good starlight at this time, because we have long nights and we have pretty dark skies. So moon in Pisces on Thursday, waxing. This is a time to be sort of resting, relaxing, reflecting. It is Christmas after all. It's a time to be, enjoying the company of your loved ones, or maybe even enjoying some time alone, and just allowing yourself to enjoy what is there for you on Thursday and Friday. And then on Saturday, Mercury gets active, and it makes an adjustment energy to Jupiter and a trine to Chiron. Now, you remember we started the week with Jupiter squaring Chiron, and Jupiter is still squaring Chiron here. So Mercury is getting involved. It's a communication aspect, and it's saying, in our communications, in our thoughts, our plans, our collaborations, we want to be adjusting to that adjusting our message and our plan to that desire for growth. And with the trine and Chiron, the trine to Chiron, Mercury trine Chiron is saying, look, we've done this healing, so we can apply this healing to this growth over here if we just adjust the plan for growth a little bit, okay? So sometimes our plans for growth are not in alignment with the healing that we're seeking. Sometimes, we keep trying to make progress in one direction, but we keep sort of stopping ourselves from making progress in the other direction. And this is saying this is a really easy thing to see where I have healed. This is coming up on Saturday, the 27th. This is a real easy way to see where I've healed, where I can put down some defenses, and therefore look forward and think about the growth trajectory that I am on, and see how my healing applies to that. And maybe make an adjustment to my plans, or maybe be thinking about other collaborations that I'd like to make. The moon is waxing all week, so we are thinking about the growth, and we are collaborating with others, and we are taking on stuff to try to get some things achieved this week. But it's Christmas, and we're also taking a break. So hopefully what we're achieving this week is, slightly better relating with other people. Hopefully what we're achieving this week is being able to connect, being able to respect others, to where am I at? Being able to take care of what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us this week is really to look in on ourselves and our families. So that is the week ahead. Saturday and Sunday, the moon moves on into Aries next week. And then the week after that, we move on into the coming year, friends. Isn't that exciting? So that's the week ahead in astrology. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. I'm going to have to stand up here and go grab my cards because I put them over there. Excuse me. Here we are for the second half of the second portion of Astro Insights. We always do a 2-card reading. So we're going to do a two-card reading for this week. And this is really a week where we find ourselves sort of caught between where am I healing and where am I growing? Because growth and healing, they are not exactly the same thing, but they definitely work together, right? So I want to do a card for Jupiter and a card for Chiron. Happy solstice, by the way, friends. This is a time of year when we tend to gather with people, but I know there are a lot of us who increasingly spend solstice and or Christmas, our winter holidays, whatever that it is that we celebrate, more a small scale, more with our closest friends and family, and not necessarily getting together with the big bunch. And that's not all of us, but some of us are, have scaled back our Christmas celebrations this year or in the most recent years. And I just want to say that, however you spend it, I hope that you get a lot of comfort and joy. I'm sending tidings of comfort and joy to you in the Northern Hemisphere, the beginning of the winter, the beginning of the tough part of the year. So one card for Jupiter. Let's talk about our growth. Okay, I got the 7 of Swords in terms of our growth. And the song that comes up for me in my head is, "You can go your own way." So when I see this picture, it always looks to me like something a little dishonest is happening. This person looks like they're sneaking, or they're definitely making off with more swords there than they can use on their own. So it looks sort of like, somebody's making off with something that is not theirs, but it might be theirs. I don't know. And honestly, it's just swords. It's just ideas. It's just thoughts and words. So we're thinking about the way we use our thoughts and words. And sometimes we hold back. Sometimes we keep our thoughts to ourselves, and sometimes we keep our plans to ourselves, and sort of tiptoe around. And And I want to say, let's not do this kind of thing, with an intention of being dishonest, right? We want to have integrity as people. We want to be doing the things that we said we were going to do, and not doing things we said we wouldn't do, right? But it is also valid. It's okay to keep your plans to yourself, to keep your ideas and thoughts to yourself until such time as it's useful to share them, okay? So as far as Jupiter goes, as far as growth goes, some of us might find growth in the ability to hold back what we have to say, or the ability to sort of keep some thoughts to ourselves until it's ready to deploy them, until it's time to deploy them. Others of us might find some growth here by not tiptoeing around and actually saying out loud the part that they don't usually say out loud. So if you find yourself swallowing something, or if you find yourself hiding something and feeling really dishonest about it, there's something you can do about that, and that's to tell the truth, okay? Tell the truth. Jupiter likes the truth. Jupiter is all about our growth and expansion, and about our education and our ability to connect with the world at large. So when it comes to growth, part of growing is like being able to be strategic about what you share with other people. And then here's the one for Chiron. We got the Five of Pentacles. So Chiron is about healing, and Chiron's been in Aries for many years. We've been healing wounds of the childhood, wounds of the past. And this card says, when you need help, you have to ask for it, okay? If you are going without something that you need, then you need to ask for it. Now, when it comes to healing the wounds of the past, I have to say that asking somebody to like, it doesn't always work to ask for closure on things that have hurt you from people who have hurt you, okay? It doesn't always work to go back to, the person in your family who was rotten to you when you were 8 and say, this is what happened and I wish you would just apologize to me, because they probably don't see it the same way, all right? So that's not necessarily the way to ask for help. But if we are struggling, especially with wounds of the past, wounds of childhood, wounds of feeling left out or put on the spot, or beat up or bullied or anything like that, neglected, it's time to ask for some help about that. And I will say, I'm a big fan of therapy. I am in talk therapy. I also receive massage therapy. There are all kinds of therapy that you can give yourself to, that can allow you to sort of let go of some of those old hurts and find the growth, right? And together, what I see here is I want to heal these old wounds, right? I want to be growing as a human being, and maybe there is some alternative way than the one I think is the most direct, because the most direct way is not working right now. I think it's going to be, asking for help outside, asking for help from somebody who helps professionally, perhaps, and carrying those worries, those woes, those thoughts that you're having to the helpful professional, and not necessarily back to the family. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, friends, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. I hope that you all have a lovely winter solstice and a lovely Christmas. And for those who are celebrating Hanukkah, lovely Kwanzaa, all of the winter holidays, have a special place in our hearts. And it really comes back to, for me at least, a celebration of solstice, a celebration of the fact that this is the longest night of the year, the longest, darkest night of the year. And after this, we can count on seeing the sun come back steadily into our lives every day through the next 6 months. Okay, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I love you. Happy solstice, and I'll catch you in the next video.
No, tell them you're going live.
Oh, hey, friends. Sorry. Okay, so here I am, and in an hour I'm coming back, and we're going to do at 11. We're going to come back and do come back and do a subscriber-a-thon. So we'll be here for 3 hours, and we'll be answering questions. We'll be doing tarot card reads. We have some stuff we want to give away, and we're really trying to build up our subscribership so that we can bring more of this content to you. So come back to us. You'll see us live today. Come back to us, say hello, ask a question. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, okay? We're trying to get our subscribers up to 1,000 today. So we just need a few more of you to subscribe. Hop on with us, okay? Catch you in the next one. Just a few minutes.